Hey everybody, welcome back. What we're going to be going over today is a bit of cookie and session demos. I will be doing this in PHP and a quick little one in Flask as well. And I think what you'll probably be doing, haven't set it up yet, but my guess is going to be that I'll have you probably try this out in either PHP or Flask and Rails just to kind of tie off this little chapter before we go full on into React. But I've got some demos that I will be sharing with you as well, some like tutorial type links to help you through this, and it will be fun on the bun. So hopefully you're coming from this from one of the videos where, we go over sessions and cookies and their purpose. So hopefully that knowledge is all, kind of there for you. But what we're going to be starting with here is, let me make sure I've got the right pad up. Okay. I've got a pretty basic web page here. So obviously this is our default for Apache. We've got PHP installed. I'm hoping I have Flask. I figured I'd just do this demo live because that's always fun, right? Let's do a live demo. And I've got nice, clean desktop apparently. Look at all that crap on my desktop. My goodness. Clean that mess up. All right, so let's create a PHP script. So I'm going to do sudo vim, let's call it cookie.php. Again, feel free to use nano if you want or whatever your preference is. And let's kick off our PHP script. So I'm going to let's set a cookie with my name, course name. And no motivation in here. Let's go username equals Eric. And let's go cookie name equals username. Yeah, something like that. All right, so very bland username. I'm gonna give the cookie name a string. It's just gonna be inside of a variable. You could just do this manually if you want. But then I'm gonna go set cookie, and it is cookie name, not cookie value, username. That's what I called it here. And I need to give it an expiry time. So basically what I've got going on here is I'm just calling the set cookie function. This is going to store a little, tiny little text file on your computer with this information that we set, and we need to tell it when it will be expiring. Now, the expiry in most instances of a set cookie function, it starts with seconds. So basically you have to extrapolate how long you want this thing to exist. I'm going to have it set for a day. That's going to be 86,400 seconds, and we need to go ahead and calculate that off. So basically, we're going to pick our current time, and then we're going to add on a day from that. So 86,400 seconds times, well, we could do 30 days. The demo I'm going to be sharing with you is for 30 days, so we'll do that. And we are just giving it the default route. And here we would have a cookie. So just to kind of give you the quick little calculation just for funsies, we've got 60 seconds per minute. We've got 60 minutes per hour. That's times 60 seconds times 60 minutes times 24 hours is 86,400. So that's where that comes from. And then this 30 means this cookie will expire after 30 days. All right, so we now have a cookie that's being loaded into this page. Now let's go ahead and create our website. Body, HTML, and h1, welcome. And we'll say cookie. Oops, there's none of that there. Cookie name. Good enough. Let's give this some PHP. No, let's do dot equals, question mark equals. So deviating slightly from the script, so we called this cookie.php, I think. No, what do we call it? Cookie.php. Ah, I screwed something up. What did I screw up here? Oh, this is a string. Okay, good. It's empty. Refresh. Welcome, Eric. What happened here is that we needed to refresh this page for the cookie to get picked up. Okay, so if we pop open our DevTools here and we go over to Application and under Storage, you see our cookies here. Here's my username, here's my value, and here's one that I did from before, which is basically the tutorial that I'm going to have linked in the in Blackboard and probably in the bottom of this video, if I can remember. It's just W3 Schools. But we have our cookie now. And other things we can do here as well. Let's go ahead and use a little bit of better approach here. So I've got some PHP, and I want to check, does this cookie actually exist? So if is set cookie name, and I could have just done username as a string here as well. Basically what this is doing is seeing, is this cookie actually in existence? And if not, execute this code. And we could say, let's make this look like a great classic PHP application. H1 error cookie for username not defined. You need to log in or else. And then let's add in, just because that's the kind of day today is, add in a that. Okay. So basically what's happening is, this is a little bit ugly. This is one of the PHP things. I'm encapsulating this if statement in my PHP. Once I close off the PHP tag, I've just got some raw HTML, but then I need to continue on with my PHP code. This is honestly an older, there's probably better ways to do this these days, but this is just my muscle memory because I'm doing this demo just kind of off the cuff here. I could have put this into a string and done an echo like you see in the demo as well, but we're going to just do it this way. Else, so if the cookie is set, we want h1 welcome, and then cookie username, cookie name. And then we need to close off. And I realize I don't need the PHP every single time. It's, again, just muscle memory for me. So then we have a little bit more going on here. So here's my my cookie that I've set. And we can change the cookie name to username 2 just to show you this thing actually working. Okay, so I'm going to refresh. Uh-oh. Didn't need to log in. Refresh again. Our cookie has been properly set. Okay, so again, just a very simple PHP cookie demo. Already 8 minutes. Let's do a quick session, and then I'll probably do the Flask one in a separate video just so that they're not super long for each of them. Sessions are very, very similar. The difference is that obviously it's not stored as a little text file on your computer. It's going to be a little bit more secure in terms of your data and things like that. And sessions are, it's where you would put a little bit more sensitive information, and hopefully you're encoding that while it is in there as well. But let's go ahead and now close this off, and let's create a session example. So when we are doing sessions in PHP, we need to start the session. So session start. All right, and we've got our HTML, body. I'm trying to type fast so I don't have to speed this up in editing later on. What I'm going to do in here is set some session variables, and let's set this up here at the very top. It's a session. Wow, I can't spell. This is becoming a common thing. Oh, let's say this is lunch, since it's lunchtime, and I had leftovers. They're fajitas, and they're delicious. And the demo has a favorite animal, which we all know is dog, right? Okay. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and say, to be fun with this, let's say text equals, I had my favorite session. Let's concatenate this. I had my favorite leftovers. This is going to go to a bad place, which were not actually from a. And then you've got your Mad Libs generator. Okay, let's go ahead and echo text. Okay, there's our cookie session. Good. My leftovers were not actually from a doc. Kind of the key takeaway here is that I could share this session between pages just like with cookies. Let's go ahead and do one little bit of an extra thing here. So let's do sudo vim session2.php, php, session start, close that off. And then let's just go ahead and echo, what do we call it? Session favorite animal. Good enough. This should just report dog. And let's go back to session now. And let's say, let's make a form. Action equals session2.php, method equals post. And we'll just make it a big button, input type equals submit. And we'll just be very, very, very lazy with this. So here's my session page. I'm going to click this, and then I see dog is still there. Okay, literally just spitballing that right there. Just to explain what's going on here. I created a session. This is active as long as I am participating on this domain that we are accessing, which is this, IP address here, or if I had a domain name, it would be that. And every time I call start session, the browser is going to, the server is basically going to understand this is, this user is participating in the session. Let's share variables between pages. And it obviously gets a little bit deeper than that. But what I've got going on here is that I start my session. I create some variables, and you might like pull things in from a database. You might have user preferences set, maybe, whatever they want, right? Point is, I've got some variables that I can share between pages. I'm not passing them through a form. I'm not doing anything simple, right? This is happening under the hood. So I set my variables here. This text doesn't matter for this example. It's just showing you the data. But then I have this form that I just added very quickly. I said the action is session2.php, method is post. I could have just as easily done get. It won't affect anything here. And I click submit. When I click submit, basically I am taking the user's session from this page over to session 2. These session variables will still exist. All right, so let's watch our, I think it's, let's see. Let's watch our application. There we go. Okay, let's refresh. We've got our session ID, which pops up here. All right, so this is actually a little bit more obfuscated. I'm going to get any session storage here. Dog. Yeah, so we really can't get into this. This is something which is going to be decoded that you can't really access. Okie dokie. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure that nothing had changed since the last time I thought about cookies and sessions. These sessions, which hopefully I mentioned in the lecture video, sessions are going to be maintained on the server side. Basically, you can't really decode sessions in the browser without some kind of a session hijacking tool, which, if you want to go down that rabbit hole, you could look into something like Firesheep, which still exists. Don't recommend doing that, but if you're interested in why you should be always on a VPN when you're on public Wi-Fi's, look into that. But basically, cookies, we see the raw text here. PHPs, we just see the session ID. That's pretty much going to cover it for this video, and a little bit longer than I expected, which honestly these all seem to anyway. But hope you all have a good time. I will see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.